Hey guys, this week's show is going to be a little bit different, not much. But if you guys remember me and been listening from the beginning, when I started this show, it actually stemmed from a blog that started that I wanted to just, let things off my chest. And I knew that I couldn't be the only one that was feeling certain things and having off-the-wall thoughts. Well, the off-the-wall thoughts are probably just me. I have those randomly. I don't think it's normal all the time. But I knew I wasn't the only one being told that I wasn't where I needed to be. All this shit that judgmental folks be saying to me or to you guys just to make us feel inferior and not good enough at what we're doing or where we are in life. And I've been battling with myself for about the past month internally, not knowing why I feel so uncomfortable, why I feel so unsteady. I have been talking to friends and really I've been talking to myself as well, trying to figure out what my next move is. So this episode, what you're going to hear is I'm sitting down with Dexty. She agreed to come with me, thank God. And I'm just trying to put into words everything that's going on in my brain, which is a lot and it's all scattered. I mean, if you know me, you know that if it's not scattered, it wouldn't be me. And as I talk with different people and read different articles, I realize that I'm not the only one going through this uncertain time in their life and battling with the fear of what's next. Do I take the leap of faith? I graduated. I put all this work into accounting for 4 years. I went to school. I have student loans, and now I'm going to switch my path. Like, really, Carla? What the fuck are you doing? But I feel like that thought is what other people are thinking. Like, really? You went to school. You have student loans. You shouldn't change what you want to do. You're unhappy. So what? Stay unhappy. You went to school. So this is me right now trying to figure out where I'm going to go and just talking through it, because without a plan, there's nothing to execute. And I just want you guys to go through this journey with me and see, what leads next. And if you're going through the same thing, talk to me. Talk to somebody. Let's figure it out together. But before we get to the show, I wanted to remind you that our first live show is October 20th. I'm so freaking excited about it. I can't wait to hang out with you guys. I want everyone that's coming to know that the participation, I want everyone to have questions. I want to play games. I just want to do everything together during this live show because you guys are really a part of the show. And the tickets are on sale at shitim30.eventbrite.com. It's all brought to you by The Gallery, Loud Gallery. They're amazing. And ALERS Law Firm here in Central Florida. So let's get to the show. Welcome back to another episode of Shit I'm 30. I'm your host, Carla, and this week, my friend, is Dexty.
Hey, y'all.
We are going to talk a little shit today with you guys, but we're freshly off a Labor Day weekend. Hence my voice, a lot of drinking, a lot of laughing, a lot of screaming.
Yeah.
It was really good because I went to Atlanta.
Yes.
And I went for a friend's birthday, but I also went to go record with cocktails.
How was that?
That was really good.
When is the episode coming out?
In 2 weeks, I think.
Okay. Because I was like, she didn't say when it was coming out, but okay.
Because I don't know.
Yeah, I see. I understand now, friend. My bad. I shouldn't have asked that live on the mic. My bad.
No, they did say because they're...
As y'all can see, we don't pre-record this. We don't practice. No, nothing.
They both turned 30 this month.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so like the 13th and 23rd, something like that.
Oh,
I might be fucking up all their birthdays. Mm-hmm. But it was cool, and I got to hang out with them in their studio. It was like an official studio.
Yeah.
Where, like, Baller Alert does their stuff in Atlanta.
Really?
Girl, I had to get out my car and buzz it in and, like, tell them, like, what I'm there for. And then I was in my big old car.
Right.
Rental, so I parked in a reserved parking spot because my car didn't fit anywhere else. And I walk in, the guy's like, I thought, he's going to be like, oh, you cute. You can park there. Time out. You need to move your car.
Damn.
I was like, where do you want me to move it to? So everywhere he wanted me to move it to, I'm like, my car don't fit there.
Right.
Finally, he's like, all right, just leave it. I'm like, you're making things so difficult for no reason.
Right.
Like Trump was going to walk in or something. Relax. But yeah, that was fun. And then one thing.
Did you see any rappers?
I ain't seen nobody, girl.
Oh, I don't know why I always be feeling like when you're in Atlanta, you see rappers and Nigerians.
Well, here's what happened. When we get there, it's like Dragon Con. It's just something like Comic Con, so a bunch of nerds.
Oh, okay.
Then it's Black Pride.
Okay.
And there was some other shit that I knew I wasn't going to find any rappers.
Oh.
It was a very weird weekend in Atlanta. But it was great. It was fun.
It was an alternative weekend.
Yes. Okay. And it was all colored people, but they were all very different, eclectic.
I see. Mm-hmm.
So it was different. Mm-hmm. And Sunday night, I know. So I got there Saturday. We went out Saturday night. Sunday night, or it's all Sunday day, we had a pool party. People came over at the house.
Oh, cool.
It was this huge house. And then we were supposed to go out, and we stayed in. We played cards and
I love games.
It was so good. Black Card Revoked. Have you played that one?
I have. That's so much fun.
It was
and it's so
good.
embarrassing when you don't know certain answers, right? You'd be like, why don't I fucking know this?
Right. There was one. I was pretty good with them, but the ones that are like a poll, like majority rules, not the factual ones. The majority rules, We were all like, no, you're wrong. And I'm sitting here thinking like, no, I'm right. This is the way it goes. But are you supposed to get your black card? Like, are you supposed to lose at a certain point in time?
I don't know the real rules. I only actually played that game one time. I played with this guy. And you know what? He still has my fucking game.
Oh, it's yours?
Yes, I ordered it.
You need to get it back because it was fun.
I do need to get it back, yeah.
Yeah, get it back. But I realized that we had so much fun that night.
So I played it like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago, and I felt like the deck was small. And I wish it was like bigger.
We had
it might be bigger now.
Huge deck.
Yeah, because I was like, it was so fun, but it was over so fast. So I'm glad that they've expanded it. That's
or maybe
cool.
they had like 2 decks.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know. I feel like we played cards most of the weekend. And I learned how to play spades.
You did?
I did.
So I don't play often enough to remember. So I always have to like relearn every time I play. But I love playing.
Damn, I feel like I forgot already.
Yeah, I know. Because it's like rules to that shit.
Yeah.
And then the pressure of having a partner.
Oh my God. And they knew what
like,
they were playing. And it's like, I'm learning. Let me learn.
Girl, when you throw out the wrong card. I'm sorry. Janice is really good at spades.
Really? Mm-hmm. Well, I learned a little bit in a bunch of other games. It made my day because that night we stayed in and we were so drunk. And I remember my friend Janine came up with like the whole kitchen. She was supposed to go downstairs to get one thing or shots and came back up with spinach dip, chips, a big fruit tray. Like all this food. I said, what are you doing? She was just so high because they all smoke and eat edibles.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you noticed my caption was Astro World.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get it until the second day at night. Every time we were saying Astroworld was because they were going off and doing edibles.
Oh.
So apparently they were in Astroworld in their mind.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, what the fuck? So I got the point by Sunday night that Astroworld meant they were fucked up.
That's funny.
So I had a great, great time in Atlanta. I kind of want to go back.
I'm glad you had fun.
I did. Did you do anything other than bad weather? Because it just seemed like it was bad weather here.
It was horrible weather here. I slept. I went to Top Golf with Michaela. I went to like happy hour on Friday. So I actually did leave the house this weekend, but I spent the last 2 days not laboring at all. I stayed in bed for 2 days.
I wish this
really
whole
nice.
week. We need Labor Day week.
Right?
So we take the whole fucking week off.
Right.
I was in such a bad mood yesterday when I came back to work. Like the way that I made that video on Instagram is the way that I looked. And the way that anyone ever said my name, I was looking and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking to me? Why are you speaking to me? I was so angry, but I got over it. So I figured I had to work. Anyway, so this episode, basically, we're on the 9-month. That means we're closing out 3/4 of the year.
Have you seen that meme where it was like January, February, March, April? Like, that's how it felt for real.
No, I really did. I still remember them saying that January was so long. It's like, this month hasn't ended, and all of a sudden we blinked, and we're in September.
I know.
We're old.
Yes, we are.
Quickly.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, my birthdays never came this fast.
Girl.
I feel like
turn around and it's your birthday again.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to come back. But we do, which means it's a quarter end for me next month, which kind of sucks. But anyways, 3/4 of the year is gone.
Yes.
And when we start the year, I feel like we all do resolutions. I stopped doing resolutions.
Right.
Just because I feel like it's pressure to finish it. It's more like goals and giving myself, in the first 3 months, I'll do this. In the next 6 months, I'll do that.
Right.
And we wanted to talk about, what we've accomplished this whole time and how you feel.
Because it's good to check in.
Yeah.
Because when you don't check in, like we just said, you turn around and it's like, wow, all this time has passed.
What the fuck did I do?
Right.
I didn't do nothing but watch Power.
Right.
And Insecure.
I have not watched Insecure yet.
What?
No. Because I don't, okay, so one of my goals was to save more money. And so I got rid of like all my subscriptions except for Amazon Prime because I do feel like that is an essential for me. So I don't have access to anyone's HBO right now.
Nobody's?
Nobody. I used to be the one who everybody would use they fucking HBO and shit. So motherfuckers are mad at me. Like, when Power came back on, they're like, let me get your stars with HBO. I'm like, no, I don't have any of those things anymore.
I don't have one. I use Jay's because he gets it through having AT&T, I think, at his house. So I'm
getting through it by telling myself, you're going to be able to binge on Insecure. And that's a good thing.
It's so good.
Yeah. And unlike Power, I can not watch Insecure right away and not be told everything that happened. Motherfucking Power, you cannot go on Instagram the next day.
Oh, you better not go on mine.
Like, they tell you exactly what happened. I'm like, y'all ain't got no respect. Can y'all at least give it 1 week? They R.I.P. so-and-so. I'm like, damn.
I know Keenan died.
Well, I still haven't seen that.
And the thing is that I mean, I've wanted him to die, but I wanted Tariq to die with him.
Yeah.
So I was just mad. I'm like, why can't both of y'all die together? And he had the chance to kill him, and he didn't kill him. And I'm just pissed. Like, I've never wanted a child to die so bad.
I know. Like, don't you be feeling low-key fucked up?
So fucked up. I feel like a bad person doing that shit. Oh, I'm so mad. But anyways, on our first segment, Shit You Should Know, this is something that's been circulating around, and I'm sure we've all talked about it, but it brings me home because I've had so many conversations with you about where I am right now and I'm feeling stuck and where am I going in life and my job. And a clip came about, not a clip, a picture, right? Mm-hmm. Surfaced of Geoffrey Owens from The Cosby Show. What was his name on The Cosby Show?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
But it came up and basically it went viral because he was working at Trader Joe's. Mm-hmm. So he went from being a star and being a celebrity to working at Trader Joe's. And at first, I didn't know how to feel about it. I'm like, well, he has a job,
right?
You know? And then I'm like, well, damn, like, does it suck for him to be working at a job? So although it was going viral, he sat down on ABC News with Robin Roberts, and this is a clip of what he said on the interview.
What doesn't pass is this idea that people are now thinking, this rethinking about what it means to work. You know, the honor of the working person and the dignity of work. And I hope that this period that we're in now, where we have a heightened sensitivity about that and a reevaluation of what it means to work, and that a reevaluation of the idea that some jobs are better than others, because that's actually not true. There is no job that's better than another job. It might pay better, it might have better benefits, it might look better on a resume and on paper, but actually it's not better. Every job is worthwhile and valuable, and if we have a kind of a rethinking about that because of what's happened to me, that would be great. But no one should feel sorry for me, either from a positive or a negative perspective. I've had a great life.
Okay, so now that you heard that, what was your first thing you saw? Because you didn't see the interview, right? Mm-mm. What did you think about the picture?
So to be honest, because I'm so bad, right? I didn't see the Fox News post. I saw people talking about the Fox News post, and from what I understand, they were shading him for working at Trader Joe's, basically saying, like, the caption was like, so and so caught working at Trader Joe's, like he hiding.
Right.
Yeah.
Clearly not.
But I loved what he said about, like, there's no job better than the next. Because a lot of times, like, we assume because somebody doesn't have what you have or even what you want, that they are doing bad or that they are unhappy.
Right. He said there's no job better than the one. It might pay better.
Right.
But sometimes that job that pays better comes with a lot more stress.
Right.
AKA where I am now.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here thinking, wow, when I was making $16 an hour, you know, I was coming in at 8 o'clock, leaving at 5. And while I was there, I was chilling, like listening to podcasts a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And now it's like I'm doing the same thing, but I'm ready to jump off a cliff. And to my death.
Yeah. No.
Because I'm so stressed. So it's like right now, in the interview, he says, you know, that what I was doing on the side and doing acting classes and teaching them or something like that. He's like, it just wasn't cutting it. It wasn't adding up. Mm-hmm. So I went and got a job. And I love the fucking fact that he showed up to ABC with, I think it was a college hat and his Trader Joe's name tag on his suit.
Right. Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck yeah, Geoffrey, you show up and then you be proud of it. And he said that at first he felt shamed.
Right.
He said, I feel like shame, like it's like something's wrong. But he was doing it for his family.
Exactly.
So he saw that, yes, he's still looking for acting jobs and he's still doing certain things. But meanwhile, what's he supposed to do? Go sell dope?
Exactly.
No. And I feel like nowadays, rappers, I've heard someone say, like, rappers or big time celebrities, if they go down or they're a one hit wonder, they're like, oh, I can't go back to having a regular job.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But we can. You're still a regular person. You still eat shit and sleep the same exact way that we do.
Yeah, and the main reason that people don't want to do that, though, is because of keeping up images or being worried about what other people think
On social media.
Right. And that's not gonna pay your rent. That's
At
not gonna
all.
pay your mortgage. That's not gonna pay your car. Like, that's not gonna feed you.
I still be thinking about it. Some people are like so worried about their likes, and when I look at mine, I have like no followers, and I'm thinking, if I do blow up, am I gonna take it? I just take it really serious.
Oh, yeah.
But to the fact that it doesn't pay my bills, and the more it grows, I'm realizing all these messages, all these likes, all these posts don't do anything for me outside of that?
Right, exactly.
Am I using it to build something? Absolutely. So am I going to get off of it? No, I do enjoy it, but it's not what shapes me outside of it, because when I log off, I need to go do my work.
Exactly.
So I think it's amazing that this came up, and now hopefully, I think Tyler Perry was like, I got a movie for you.
Right.
And that's his moment. I was listening to Van Lathan's podcast, and he had this fucking coon. Did you finish that episode?
I did finish it, yeah. It was hard. It was difficult.
It was so hard, but I was shout out to him because he let him talk. Mm-hmm. It was like I would have ran like down his throat and just called him all kinds of names. And he had his subtle shots. They both did.
Yeah.
But Van, even though he was on his platform, he let him speak his mind and said, you know, well, say your opinion, you know? And I'm going to rebuttal whichever way I can. Mm-hmm. But with Geoffrey, I feel like he came out and said what he had to say. You know what I mean? And they let him say his point, and he's good.
Yeah.
And we need to do the same thing to other people. Like, if they're having a hard time, just let them speak and let them do what they need to do without us judging them.
Exactly.
So I thought that was awesome.
It is. And I love Trader Joe's.
I don't, because I don't know what anything is.
Well, yeah, so I can't just shop at Trader Joe's, but I do like Trader Joe's.
What do you get
But
from
I be
there?
on some white shit when I go to Trader Joe's. I get fresh flowers.
Bye.
I get these ginger snaps that they have that are so good. But the main
Who
reason
gets flowers?
I like flowers in my house sometimes. But the main reason that I like Trader Joe's is they have this $3 conditioner that is wonderful for a co-wash for your hair. So that's be what take me to. And then I go to walk around and I be like,
I've been in there.
interesting shit.
I go there and I don't know what, because it's all weird names and there's no craft or.
Girl, they
there's
got
no
some
Publix.
conditioner for your hair that's $3.99. The bottle is big as hell.
There's one right
And
across
it's
my job.
Yeah, that's the one I go to. It's amazing. I use it as a leave-in conditioner. I use it as a wash and go. So that's how I ended up going to Trader Joe's.
You need to be telling me about this stuff so I can try. Because with this do you see what my hair looks like right now, girl?
Yeah.
It is wild.
I love it.
At work right now, I know they're looking at me like, ma'am, are you planning on doing your hair? No, I'm not actually.
They shouldn't expect that during close week.
No, and they're not getting it.
Yeah.
I'm not washing it or doing it or putting it up. Just gonna walk in, they're looking.
You're not gonna do it no more.
No, I'm like going to sleep when we finish this, and I'm waking up, and whatever I wake up with is what I'm going with.
So what you're saying right now is your life feels crazy.
My life feels really crazy, and I'll show you how crazy it feels.
Motherfucking shit. Ivana Yan Van Sant! Save my life! China! Let's go on Ivana Yan Sant. Ivana, can you please change my life?
So you feeling real crazy, friend. You need your life fixed.
I need
crazy right now.
From Ivana, from Ghana.
Ivana Van Sant, but fix my life.
Ivana, I don't know what the fuck her name is.
Yeah. So
Yana.
today we're gonna talk all about dream chasing and the bullshit you have to put up with on the way there while you chasing your dream.
Right, so I told you that when you sent me that, I thought of dreams and nightmares.
Yeah.
And the reason why I thought about this was because when you go to sleep, you want those dreams. Mm-hmm. And when we're chasing our dreams, it's like, yeah, you just look at the dream. But when we go to sleep, sometimes we do have nightmares.
Yeah.
So the fear that we have sometimes, and I put it in, I thought of fucking Meek Mill. I don't know why. I had him in my mind. And it was just, you go to sleep, sometimes like, I don't want to go to sleep because I don't want to have nightmares. Mm-hmm. But if you don't go to sleep, you're never going to dream either.
Right?
So I'm stuck in this part right now where I want Iyana, you think, I need Iyana to fix my life. I need Jesus to fix I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Because I'm stressed. I feel like I'm living in fear. I'm stuck. And I had a goal in the beginning of the year, like I said. And now I feel like it's time for me to shift a little bit. And I don't know how yet. Mm-hmm. And I need to figure it out quick.
Yeah.
Because I'm losing my fucking mind. Really bad.
Oh, Rand.
Yes, I'm stuck. I how do I explain all of this? It's so much.
I think what's going on with you right now is you definitely do have a goal or a dream, right? And you're chasing it so hard right now. You're putting so much into it. You want it to just change and be here, and you don't want to have to deal with the things that aren't.
And I'm not saying that dream right now that I have is not monetary.
Yeah, no, I know.
Because I'm
saying you don't want to have to deal with the thing, which is the 9 to 5.
Right. Some people
that's
might
getting
think,
in the way.
Like the dream that everyone has is to be rich. Yeah, absolutely. But right now I feel like you have to be uncomfortable at a certain point in time.
Oh, absolutely.
And
nothing comes from comfort.
No. And when you're comfortable, you're in a space where you're not going to grow. So right now I'm so uncomfortable. Like I'm sitting in my chair at work and I'm like, I'm wasting away.
Oh, wow.
I'm losing like brain cells being here. That's like exactly what I feel like.
Oh, yeah, that's bad.
The discomfort that I have within me and my soul and my spirit and my brain, it's so bad that all I can think about is where I need to be. I need to be somewhere else. Whether it's taking a full more than 50% pay cut.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that I can live off my savings, and we talked about this. So you gave me some things over voice notes.
Right.
And you said to me, make a plan.
Right.
If your savings are where they need to be, or they have something in them, give yourself some time. And I did go to school for a reason. I went to school to have a backup plan because I need to take care of a kid.
Yeah.
So if I were to leave and my savings are going to say I have 6 to 9 months, I can give myself the shot.
Right.
And take the shot. And if in 9 months it doesn't work out, or I need to, put a banana in Ayana's mouth because she's hungry, then I need to come back into the workforce and work a 9 to 5 for a little while longer, save again, and then jump again. Because how many times can I jump? As many as I want,
As many as you want, yeah.
And who's going to judge me?
Right. So what we're talking about right now is just that thing of where you get to a point when you're chasing your dreams, and we all think ideally, right, we're going to have that 9 to 5 income, and it'll stop once the dream is completely to fruition. You know what I mean? Like that dream income is replacing that 9 to 5 income. But what we're talking about, what Carla possibly doing or even thinking about is, do you take that leap of faith and no longer have your 9 to 5 anymore? And if you do, how do you do that? So we were talking about it, and it's all about, like, you can't just be reckless about it. Like, fuck this 9 to 5 shit.
Like I'm
about to
right
go
now.
chase my dreams. Da, 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 da.
It's over. I'm done.
It's like, even with that, you got to have a plan. You got to be calculated about it. So if it's a matter of you have a certain amount of savings, you need to budget out that savings and know exactly how long it's going to last you.
The discipline that
exactly
takes.
And what you can and cannot spend money on, where you can cut corners. And that way you have that laser focus of, this is what I have to deal with. And I feel like for me, like, well, I was telling you, I won't even allow myself to do that because, like, I don't have that hustle while I have my 9 to 5. So if I start working, I can't guarantee that I'm going to have that hustle.
But why? Because you work so hard for the man.
I do.
You are one of the hardest workers I've seen for the man.
I think the difference between where you are and where I am right now is that you have found that thing that you know for sure you want to do and that you're passionate about. And for me, it's like I'm still trying to figure out what that is. Like I have an idea of what it would deal with. Like I love fashion, I love styling, I love clothes. But exactly where I would be in that realm, like I'm still trying to figure out. So it's like I'm doing a little something here, I'm doing a little something there, and I don't have something that I'm 100% like driving into. Whereas like you figured out like this is what I want to do, like, and so it's clear what you're driving towards. That makes sense?
It does, but I think you also have it. Me being your friend and telling you what I see from outside. You're also not putting the effort to figure out what it is that you're passionate about to go 100%.
I am. I'm trying to figure it out. It's just, it's hard. And I think one of the things that it is going to take from me is like, I am going to have to talk to people. Because it's like, it's only so much I can figure out on my own over here in this little shell, doing it on my own. Like, I'm not even talking to people about it for them to be like, oh, I know somebody who does that, and you should talk to them about this and that. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm doing right now.
Exactly. And that you're making that network community and things like that. Whereas I'm like, I'm over here trying to figure this out on my own, and I don't want to talk to nobody.
Google's a great resource, but then it comes to a point where you need to outsource outside of just Google
especially
research.
when you want to do something that you have no experience with whatsoever.
Right. Yeah. Like I have a friend, she just did an event, and she was saying some things came up, like a certain tax, and some things that they weren't accounting for. And she's like, I don't even know if I want to do this again. And I'm thinking, it's just the first one.
Right.
It's the first time you did this. So now you know for the next one to not use PayPal or not use Venmo or not use this, use maybe something else that's not as much. And you know what to look for now. So it's trial and error.
Yeah.
Just like I think I had trial and error with this podcast, trying different equipment and what works.
Not even that. At first, you didn't even know you wanted to do a podcast. You started
no idea.
with a blog.
I did.
So that's another example of it, though. It's, you want to do something else, trying different things to figure out like where that niche is that's perfect for you. Because it's like you knew you wanted to talk and you knew you had a story to share. You knew you had a point of view that you wanted to share. But like writing it wasn't for you. It wasn't fun for you. Like, you know what I mean? And you didn't feel like it was expressed properly that way. Yeah.
And I wish I had. Do we have video of you in Puerto Rico? Because I feel like it'd be perfect for this episode.
What was I doing in Puerto Rico?
When you couldn't jump off the cliff.
Oh my God.
So I was telling Dex over messages that I feel right now I'm her in Puerto Rico. We went to these caves.
Yes.
Is that what it was?
They were beautiful. And it was like, what, 8 of us? 6 of us?
8 of us. So we had to jump off cliffs into a river.
Yes.
So there's really not many ways you can get there unless you have to climb down by these mountain area or you just jump off the fucking cliff into the water like everyone else.
Right.
So she's talking cash shit.
Yeah. I'm
before
like,
we get there.
I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm so amped about it. Right. That's me. I'm amping the whole group up because I'm quick. I be motivating my friends. I'm your biggest cheerleader. And then I get up there. I'm like, okay, wait, I ain't gonna go first. Y'all go first. Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna go after this one. Then everybody done went. And I started crying. I could not jump.
I thought you start laughing, and then she's crying, and I'm like, we're all down there waiting for her to come so we can leave, and I'm like, she's not crying, bro. There's no way she's laughing. Then all of a sudden it's like, nah, damn, that's not a laugh anymore. That's a legit cry. So the guy had to come back up and like find a way for you to get down there to where we were. I couldn't believe you couldn't jump. But all that is to say that right now I'm sitting with that fear.
Me too.
That you had.
Yeah.
And it's fucking scary.
It is scary.
Because I'm saying right now, like, I have to feed this kid.
Right. But I done, speaking of, I Japan. She did like the coolest exercise. I be watching her show because it's fucking hilarious.
Love her show.
Like, I be laughing my ass off. How she be
like
acting.
A mess.
Yeah. But
she puts them on her titties, my favorite part.
So funny. But she did this really good exercise about fear with these ladies. It was like, you go through the fear. So it's like, okay, I let's say I quit my job. Mm-hmm. What am I afraid that's going to happen? I can't pay my bills. Okay, you get there and you can't pay your bills. What are you going to do? Go get another job. You know what I mean? Like, you go through the fear and it's like, oh, it's
the
not
first
that.
Month I could probably use a credit card.
Right, exactly.
Oh, I didn't even, you know what? I do got credit
maybe
cards.
I can do a personal loan. You know what I mean? Like, maybe there's a family member. Maybe you're in a situation where, you could go back and live with your parents. Like, it's like you just keep going deeper and deeper and deeper through the fear. So it's like, what is there to be afraid of? There's always a solution.
I like that.
There's like a new level of it, and you just get to the next solution, Like, she worked it through with this lady where it was like she was scared she was going to lose custody of her kids to her ex. And she's like, well, what if he does get them? What if the worst happens, how do you want the worst to look? In our case, if the worst happens, which is we leave our jobs and let's say we can't pay our bills, how do I want that to look? I want that to look to where I'm still happy because like I tried it.
Right.
And I don't have that what if anymore.
And I have to try it. So I had Ivana on the last episode. And
Van Zant.
No. Yeah, when she said Ivana died. So I did have Ivana Core on the last one, and it's coming up in a year when she quit her job. Mm-hmm. And she did say she has a great boyfriend that can help her and all this. But I started making excuses for myself, and I realized that I was like, well, she had no kids.
Yes.
She didn't have this. And I'm making excuses, and I'm like, you know what? There are people out here that did it with children. Example, Taraji P. Henson. Mm-hmm. She had a whole child when she up and rooted and left with her son to be an actress.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is my problem? I have a home. I have a paid off car. I really shouldn't be as afraid as I am, but it's more of, it's just the fear.
Right. I think another thing is, and I feel like I take everything here, but what we always taught. I wasn't necessarily taught to go after my dreams. I was taught to get an education and get a job.
Right, get a job.
Right.
You need to work.
Like, there was no talk of doing something you're passionate about. You know what I mean?
I would say my dad taught me by example.
Yeah.
Not to work for anybody else.
Right, yeah.
He didn't even want me to get a 401k, hence why I don't have one right now.
Right.
But then I feel like I was drilled by my mother. It's like, you need to work. You're not good enough. You need to work. And it's like, oh, you're good at this thing, but you need to work.
And then now that you have this kid, it's like, what do you mean you're gonna go after your dreams?
Right.
Like you don't have that luxury anymore.
Right. You're
not allowed to dream anymore. You're
it's
not allowed
to
have passions. Yeah.
It's not about you.
Yeah.
It's your kid.
Right.
And fuck what you want.
Exactly.
And I just be and then so I sit here and think about our parents. Or our moms, let's say.
Yeah.
And they're living for their kids.
Right.
They're still working because they didn't follow maybe what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be me.
I don't want that to be me either.
And
I gotta get past the fear.
I know, and I feel like, especially for me, even if I leave my 9 to 5 in accounting, I did my job in accounting. It helped me to get to where I am now, but I need to be around people. I'm gonna say this again. I'm gonna lose my shit in a minute if I look at more spreadsheets. God.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no. You did ask me a question. You asked me, are you distracted?
Yeah, so it's like when you get to the point, so you have to hold yourself accountable. If you truly have a goal, you truly have a dream, you have to hold yourself accountable. Like whether you writing that thing down and you say, regardless of what's going on, I'm going to look at it every month, or I'm going to look at it every 3 months. And then when you get there and you're like, I have not made any progress, what is it? Are you discouraged? Are you distracted? Did you just get lazy? Do you feel stuck? It's like you have to figure out what that is. So when those things come up again, you can recognize them and try to move past them.
I'm distracted by the fact that I know that I don't want to be there and there's something that I want to do.
Yeah.
And that I need to start working towards.
I'm discouraged. So you're distracted and I'm discouraged.
Discouraged by what?
I'm discouraged because, and I try to be so positive. I know I'm better at being positive for other people than I am for myself, but the slightest thing gets me discouraged and just puts me back in my little box. You know what I mean? So
a small example.
Oh yeah, I'm going to give you an example. Me and my other best friend, Addie, we had a fashion clothing thrift store business before, and we just turned it on and the shit fucking blew up.
Back when?
2012.
Right.
2012 to 2014. And we were doing wonderful. We were, of course, I still had my 9 to 5, but we were, when we first started, the first month, we brought in $1,500 for the month. Our best month, we brought in $7,000. Okay? So I'm used to wanting to do something right, doing it, and it just
it took off.
Right. So I'm already scared to do it by myself because I've never done it by myself. And then I do it by myself and it's it don't take off. I'm like, oh, so no, so it's not right. It's not going to work. You know, I just that small thing. And it's everything you do is, I have to get it in my head that just because it happened like that last time.
Did you really think it was going to happen like that this time?
I thought it was going to be something like that.
Did you really?
I guess.
With the difference, there's a million boutiques now. Internet is completely different.
I realize that, but it's it's still me. That's how that's how I looked at it. And that's how I allowed myself to get discouraged, because I told myself that you're Dex and you can do this, but you do have to have that realistic factor in there. You know
I thought you would have known it wouldn't pop off like that when you came back on Instagram posting.
No. I mean, I didn't think it would pop off like it did, but I didn't think it would be as slow as it has been. And then at the same time, it's I also let my real job take so much out of me that I don't put as much into my other job.
Are you ever going to promote it?
I don't even know if I still want to do that anymore.
Oh.
I don't know. That's what I said. That's why I'm still trying to figure it out. I still want to figure it out. I know I want to do something where it's I want to feel like I'm adding value to women's lives. You know what I mean? In some sort of way. But I don't necessarily know if it's that. I enjoy doing that because I enjoy shopping. And it's just a way to shop. And I also know that people feel like I have an eye for fashion. I always get asked where'd you do this? Can you, or my opinions on things like that. So I know that it could be that, but I don't necessarily know if I want it to be that, or even if I want it to just be that. Because it could be that.
Well, we're saying that it's a boutique
things.
Of a certain, it's an online boutique.
Right. So it could be a boutique, and I could also maybe
do personal styling.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's the thing. It's a matter of figuring it out.
So do you want to give yourself a timeline and say it on air? That way it's ooh, I have people listening, and maybe by a certain time, at least you'll start working towards
I feel I want to give myself a shorter term goals, because long term goals have not been working out for me.
Oh no. You have to have a long one. But then how are you going to get there with the short ones?
Yeah.
So it's like I have my year one, or I had my year one, but I said in the first 2 months I have to do this. In the first month I have to finish this. So that's how I got to do mine, especially with my savings.
Yeah.
Oh,
I did that. Like, that was easy. My savings was easy.
Because you don't go nowhere.
My savings was my savings was easy. I also, figured out, and I wanted to have another revenue stream. Figured out something for that. Like, I've done that, but it's like, so the thing, I'm not failing at everything, and you aren't either.
Not, no.
And I feel like that's something that we need to remind ourselves, because right now you be feeling like you're failing at everything, because the biggest thing that you want, you know what I mean, is not like working out as fast or whatever.
Right.
So it's like, it's important to remind yourself of those type of things. So
I do have to remind myself sometimes I'm blessed.
Yes.
I really am. I'm healthy. My daughter's healthy. I do have a great job. I cannot complain about my employers. I cannot complain because sometimes I'm like, oh, well, maybe I should go work somewhere else. I've already done that, and the grass is not greener on the other side.
Hell no.
I have all women bosses. The CEO is a boss. My managers are women. They don't give a shit about what I do all day long as I get my shit. I have a great job.
Right.
And if I loved accounting, I would be there for the rest of my life.
Right.
But that's not who I am.
Yeah.
So that's a really good point, because I feel like I'm sitting here all day saying, I'm going to lose my shit. I fucking hate this. I'm uncomfortable. And yes, I am uncomfortable, but I am also very, very blessed to be able to say I can work towards that goal.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it.
Yeah.
God damn it. Oh, today. Go ahead.
Now I was going to ask you, so what is the thing that have you feeling that way? Is there a goal or a place that you thought you would be right now that you're not?
No, I'm exactly where I thought I was going to be. I just thought that I would be okay with it.
Oh.
I gave myself 2 years. So now it's been a year. So I still have a year left of this at this job. I said I want 2 years. And I hit a year and I'm like, oh, I already did what I needed to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think I got there faster than I did, and now I can't be here anymore.
Yeah.
So I need to figure out where it is next. And I didn't think that I would figure out what I wanted to do as fast as I did. Although I knew it was in the realm of broadcasting media, talking shit, somehow dealing with people, although I'm not dealing face-to-face with people. Me talking gets me, oh my God, I talk to so many fucking people online.
Right.
And I'm cool with that. Perfectly fine with that, and I can't wait until it's face-to-face, but I figured it out so fast, and now I'm like, okay, I'm not saying I want to be a professional podcaster, although I would love for this to be big, but I need to do something where I'm speaking, and where I'm doing something, and even with it, if it's within my company, I'm going to try that first. I think maybe going to my company, trying to use maybe like resident relations, or another, but I don't know if they'll let me, because I get paid more than they do.
Oh. Well, I mean, they can't necessarily not let you. You can apply for the position if there's an open position, and you may or may not get it.
They're gonna be like, "Babe,
but
you have to take a pay cut."
Yeah,
because they have like
is the closing pay range for it is also below what you make right now?
Closing?
Yeah, so you know how they have like a opening and closing range.
Oh,
like a job might say it's like 50 to 80K.
Oh, I have no idea. I know they get paid less than I do, but I don't know how much.
Okay. But if they get paid less than you do, right, and you're not feeling like you're feeling right now, and that less is still enough for you to live off of, yeah.
And it's less stress.
Yeah.
And less hours.
That's another thing for me, though. I be letting the money get in the way because I make so much fucking money. You know what I mean? It's like...
Can you imagine? It's like imagining not having that check coming in every 2 weeks.
Not only do I make a lot of money, like, my job is not hard. So, like, I just have so much...
But you do put a lot of hours in.
I do, but not often. Like, that's not constant. You know what I mean? It's kind of like with your job. Like, you know, you have that 1 week. Mine be like a quarter, but you know what I mean? Like, it's not a constant thing, and I can pretty much come and go as I please.
Oh, me too.
I can work remote. Like, so it's like you said, I have so much to be thankful for, right? But those are all things that pull me into being comfortable.
So I feel like I should hold you more accountable to the fact that you do have more leniency within that job to start working a little bit harder towards.
Hell fucking yeah. Hell fucking yeah.
Did you see my face? I was just like, I wasn't expecting that.
Hell fucking yeah.
Yeah.
I just gotta figure something out, man. I gotta figure something out. I started something this week. Don't really want to talk about it on air. But I actually reached out to somebody to help me.
Okay.
I did.
That's a move. They're talking to someone.
Yes, I had brunch with my friend, and she was talking about selling her wedding dress, actually. And
Oh,
she was
nice.
like, oh, so-and-so is going to help me. And I'm like, I've been spending months with this girl. I had no idea she does this because I'm a fucking introvert. And I've been trying to do this myself for months.
Oh.
And not getting anywhere with it.
But you weren't talking to people.
No, being an introvert is hard.
You'll never know what other people do. Sometimes you'll meet folks and you're like, you do that?
Yeah.
That's how you make your money?
Girl, so I was
And they're so willing to tell you all about it, too.
Listen, I was in a wedding recently, guys, and of the two bridesmaids, of all the bridesmaids, two of them work in, actually all three of the other girls work in stuff that I'm interested in. So one does social media marketing for her job.
Get out.
The other one doesn't have like a 9 to 5. She literally just like kind of lives off selling shit on eBay and stuff like that.
Get the fuck. That's the life I want.
But that's another thing that I'm good at, like finding shit and like that people want and reselling it. So these are two things. And then the other girl, she like helps like women or younger girls kind of like who have been in bad situations kind of get on their feet, which is another thing that I love doing.
That's so dope.
Like, yeah, so I'm like
Excuse me. Sorry. Go ahead. I'm not taking it. They can hear me fucking
I'm just like, all these girls have doing something that I'm interested in and things that I enjoy, and I should have made like more of a connection.
You were
them.
with them, I feel like, forever. Bachelorette wedding. The wedding was like a whole week long.
But I'm such an introvert.
Oh, damn.
It'd be hard for me. Like the whole time, I'm like, after like an hour, I'm like, I'm ready to go home.
I think you did go home early.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go home.
Yeah. So
I posted.
yeah. So that is one of my goals
to start
to open up more and try to network more, because I have been like researching like a motherfucker and just doing little things and trying little things, but it's like at this point, like you need help or. In that
you just need a network.
Yeah, exactly.
You do need a network.
So that's my short-term goal, to network.
And you can speak to them. You don't even have to speak to them face to face. It could be over text and emails.
These girls across the water, so.
Oh, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. So I listened to a clip this morning, and it was from Skip and Shannon on Fox Sports. And Shannon Sharp said something that I ended up tweeting, and I got some response there, and then I got a bunch of messages on Instagram because I reposted it. And he said something along the lines of, sometimes we feel like we're buried, but we're really just being planted. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my God.
Okay.
I'm a fucking plant. And I'm underground right now, but I'm not buried. I'm growing roots. And soon I'm going to like have fruit coming out. So I've been feeling sometimes, or not all the time, but when I feel overwhelmed like I am right now, mm-hmm. I feel like there's just dirt and shit on me. You know, it's like I'm underground and I can't breathe and I'm just there. I'm being buried alive. But really, why didn't I look at it instead of the glass half empty, half full?
Right.
I'm underground being planted. I'm a seed.
Yeah.
And eventually, if I keep watering it, the fruit is gonna come out.
I like that.
So when I read that, listened to it, I instantly retweeted it. I said, "Wow, this is how I need to start looking at it. Yeah. This is my baby podcast. This is my new baby dream. Mm-hmm. You know, and I need to now bring it into fruition. And this is how I need to look at it and see my future. Right." Being planted, not buried. I'm not buried, I'm alive. I loved it. Yeah. Oh, and then I got all these messages, and I got from one of my listeners and followers. She sends me a video, which I ended up sending to you. There's a pastor called Mike Todd.
Yeah, fucking work. I didn't get to look at it.
Oh, no. So I talked about it today as well on my Instagram because I was so overwhelmed that I was having very ungodly thoughts. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm leaving this shit, and I'm having just irrational thoughts that you have sometimes when you're overwhelmed with work. Yeah. And she sends me this. She's like, watch this. This pastor is talking about being planted. And I said, get the fuck out of here. I didn't say fuck because it was a pastor. And I followed him and I went straight to YouTube, and it's a 4-part series. So I was listening to the sermon, okay? I was in church at work. I was like, hallelujah.
Yeah, stuff be right on time, though.
Right on time.
Yeah, stuff be right on time.
What are the odds that I'll hear this on Fox Sports and there's a whole pastor with a 4-part series about it? Right. So I watched 2 parts of it, and it was great. He's really funny. He's a young black pastor. It's called Transformation Church in Oklahoma. Mm. I had never heard of this man in my life, but he was really good. That's good. And so if you guys want to see it, I think it's on YouTube, Transformation Church, Planted Seed or something. It's a series. And I'm going to keep watching it, and I figured I'll just try to stay focused and get my short-term plan to take that jump. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. Yeah. No, I know I'm going to be able to do it. I just don't know when. Right. But hopefully soon. because my daughter needs a sane mother.
Yeah, I think you'll feel so much better even just having the plan. Even if you put that plan down and you say, you know what, this isn't doable for 2 more years.
No,
I'm just saying. I think you knowing that time is coming and you having those clear plans of action in place. I think that would bring you some relief.
I was very clear like that a year ago, and I was so relieved. Like, I know I'm gonna go back into this full cycle accounting, and it's just 2 years, Carla. It's just 2 years.
Yeah.
I hit the year, and I'm like, oof, 1 more year sounds like a long time.
Yeah.
So you're right now saying 2 years?
No, not gonna.
It ain't gonna happen. It's just not. And then
put it out there. Then it's not gonna happen.
It's not. It has to be before a year.
You will be in a position where you can leave.
And even if it's to leave something else, I'm just saying where I am right now. I can't, because I really am wasting my time.
Yeah.
And I can take a pay cut, and I'll be perfectly fine. So this week, I actually don't have an unsolicited advice, because all this talking that we just did is really giving myself advice. And
we were kind of venting for ourselves.
Yes, I just needed.
But I'm sure people out there can relate.
They have to.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm not the only one. And if you're feeling it, and I have another friend that's feeling it, I feel like we all get to this point at a certain time. Mm-hmm. And we just need to grow from it, and just relax and see and know other people are going through it too. Maybe I just need to take a step back.
Yeah.
And like we said, realize count our blessings.
Right.
So, you know what? I am blessed. I'm good. What's my next step? Because if we don't make any moves, then we're stuck.
Yeah. Be appreciative of where you are, but keep your eye on where you want to be.
Keep your eye on the prize.
Exactly.
I don't even feel like talking shit either. I'm so out of it mentally because I feel like Avis. I'm fucking Avis up. I'm gonna do a little shit talk. Listen, I got this car. I prepaid with Priceline. I went to Avis. I picked up the car. I got the cheapest car like I always do, because I just needed it to get around a little bit in Atlanta. We get the car, and I thought it said Ford Focus, and it said Ford Fiesta. Mm-hmm. Do you know what a Ford Fiesta is?
It's small, right?
It's a fucking roller skate.
Roller skate.
It was just supposed to be 3 of us, but 2 other girls were on the same flight, so we had to put all our luggage in there. We got it to work. We were like sardines in there, looking like whole Dominicans. 13 coming out of a shoebox. So we were like, whatever, we'll make it work. We made it work. And as we're leaving, we realized that the USB to charge the phone and all that is not working. And I'm like, oh, hold up.
Yeah, y'all gotta have that.
We need that because we're on GPS the whole time, so our phone needs to be charged. Plus, we need to bounce music, you know? So as we're leaving on, the gate to leave and check out the car, we're driving off and we're like, oh, this doesn't work. And she's like, oh, are you sure? I'm like, no, it doesn't work. So she's like, okay, well, she reprints the paper and she goes, go pick up this car at C29, which I'm not going to forget that. C29. When we get to that car, it was a Dodge Charger Hemi engine ram. That bitch was pretty. And we were like, bitch, get in the car real quick. Like, she knew what she was giving us. So we come back out to her and she's like, this is the car. We ask her, it's the same price, right? She goes, yeah, you're good. We leave. When I'm coming back, it's bad weather. I'm trying not to miss the flight, although I was in time. And I just returned the car and I left. Come to find out, they charged me an extra $70. When I was like, I didn't pay for this. They were like, oh, you have an app and you selected select and go upgrade.
Oh, no.
I didn't select shit.
Right.
You gave me a broken fucking car. And then you gave me a new one because yours was fucking broken. If that's all you had to give me, that's not my problem.
Right.
So now they're like, oh, well, the car that you got was going for almost $600 a day. Does that really go for that much?
I don't know, but you ain't asked for it.
I didn't ask for a goddamn thing. They could have gave me another roller skate, okay?
$600 a day? I would think like a Range Rover would go for that price.
It was really nice.
I still wouldn't think a Dodge
I think she dying. Lying, I mean. She should die too. But, so I called corporate. I started tweeting them. I went on a fucking Twitter rant, and they hit me back up. And they're like, oh, well, because they check their notes. I'm like, you know what? Can you give me a receipt of where I signed and I agreed to pay more? Oh, there's no agreement. We just have notes. Internal notes we don't give you. I said, oh, really? So you don't have anything with me agreeing to pay this? No, you put it on the app. I don't have an app, bitch. I prepaid on Priceline. What don't you fucking understand? So I told them that I'm going to report them to the Better Business Bureau, like white people do. I'm calling the people. I'm calling the people on you.
Right.
And I disputed it with my credit card, which is Capital One, but now I'm pissed because, I just got my little Amex.
Right.
And if I would have been Amex, Amex don't question shit.
Right.
You say that, weren't you? That's it.
Right.
They don't care what the other person has to say. So now I'm pissed that I wasn't on my Amex. But I think Capital One...
You should be fine, though, because you didn't sign anything.
I didn't sign a damn thing.
Right.
All they have is internal notes.
Did you buy your flight with your Capital One card?
I did. Oh, you got no, because the price line is fine. That's why I also did the Capital One, which is $100 and something. That was fine. You're not gonna charge me, Avis, a whole extra account. No.
Not gonna happen.
So, Avis, I'm coming for your ass.
Yeah,
I'm coming for your throat.
I hate bad customer service, man.
No, they hung up on me twice, and then when I Google it, they do that. They're like, we can't find a manager. Blah blah blah. Boom, and they hang up on you, and then you have to go another 20 minutes to get somebody else. They hung up on me twice, bitch.
Wow.
And they'd be the ones that look like this. We would get the manager for you. You know they're in a whole other country.
I'm done. We're done talking shit right there. I hate you so much.
Fucking Avis.
Transfer you back to America.
I tell them, get me a fucking American talking to me. I don't know what the fuck you're saying. And it's rude. It's rude, but I'm only being rude because they're being rude to me. They hung up on me.
I cannot
So I have to find a way to talk shit.
I really hope you get your money back.
I'm going to get my money back.
Yeah, especially when you're trying to quit your job. You need your $70.
I need $73.29. And if somebody wants to give it to me and Cash App it to me, it's Carla with Mary's on Cash App. You know,
Right.
help us out.
Anyways, really quick, I do have the live show coming up.
Oh, so exciting.
Yes, the October 20th, Orlando. I do have the live show. We're going to be drinking. We're going to have a DJ. We're going to be hanging out. And I do need audience participation, a lot of
right.
it. I want people asking questions and ready to talk shit with me. So to get your tickets, you go to shouldI'm30.eventbrite.com, or you go straight to my Instagram or on the website, or like I said, shouldI'm30.eventbrite.com. Get your ticket and you can come hang out.
And you do not have to have PayPal to get a ticket. At the bottom, it's going to say pay with PayPal. Click that button, and when you get to the next screen, it will say use a credit card instead.
Oh, it says that?
Yeah, because my dumb ass stopped twice. I was like, I don't have no PayPal account right now to use. Like, what is it? My dad just click the button, and it gives you a credit card option.
I'm going to put that on my thing. Yeah, so just get your ticket, and I have, I'm announcing soon who all is coming. And Dex is going to be there. I think she's going to be hiding in the back.
In the bait.
She's going to put some headphones on so she can hear me from the bathroom.
Right. But you know, if there's a game, I'll come out and play a game. I love play games. I do.
We're going to hang out afterwards a little bit, so
yeah.
We'll be sitting there. So anyways, if you have any questions about purchasing tickets, let me know. And I'll see you guys all on October 20th and next time on the show.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.